Hmm. Hey, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo. And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, man, this literally does not work. Let's get open for business on this Monday morning. And welcome to this morning's edition of Don't Sleep on the Dallas Cowboys, because you literally cannot sleep on the Dallas Cowboys. Things happen late in the evening, late at night, first thing in the morning, so you want to be up to speed with all that is America's team. The regular season is over. It is in the books. It is out of here. It's done. And it seems like we were just sitting here talking about the end of last season. We've transpired having the Dez Bryant situation. We went through the draft. We went through free agency. We went through should Jason Garrett be returning. We went through the OTAs, David Irving dealing with this baby mama drama. We went through, of course, everything. And now, it's down to 12 teams. But the work doesn't end. Because now that the Cowboys have been successful, I know we haven't got playoff victories yet, but you can't argue with the talent that's been put on this team. You can't argue with the transformation of this defense. Since 2013, this was the worst defense in the NFL. And through the course of the last 5 years, it has steadily gotten better and better and better. And right now, it's one of the best defenses in the NFL. And quite frankly, without that defense, we wouldn't be where we are right now. That was Rod Martinelli taking over for Monty Kiffin and nurturing these guys, teaching them, educating them. But the final piece on this is Kris Richards. I said this, and I've said this over and over and over again, not just about Kris Richards, also about Will McClay. There's going to be some hard decisions that have to be made. There's no way in the world that Kris Richards should have lost his job in Seattle. That was just basically friction from the offense and defense because they screwed up in the Super Bowl and lost it. The defense never got over that. But when you look at his record in Seattle, 3 years, number one scoring defense. I think third and seventh, and the worst was 13th, but he lost 5 starters. It still was 13th. Still doable, viable. The architect of the Legion of Boom. This guy brings so much passion and fire. Understand, when you get to the NFL, when you make it up there, you are the tip top of the 0.5% of all players that are out there. Maybe even less than that. There's not a lot of difference between players out there. Sometimes it's passion, it's desire that is the difference between winning and losing. When your heart is in it, when you have that drive and that passion, that controllable rage, sometimes that's enough to get you where you want to be. And make no mistake, that is Kris Richards. Kris Richards is an unbelievable educator. And he's a guy that you can look at that defense and you can see how that has rubbed off on those guys. How those guys don't give up. They come in there like a ton of bricks, like a Mack truck. They go through and boom. They would do anything that this guy would want them to do. And right now, with this being Black Monday, Todd Bowles has already been fired last night from the Jets. Of course, we're going to be seeing Kris Richards' name all over the place. And if you're Kris Richards, you went from being defensive coordinator to passing coordinator with the Cowboys. And you can be a head coach. I know Dallas is the glamorous life, you know. It's the big lights and big star and everything else. But sometimes you got to say, you know what? I've got to go ahead and take the opportunities that are out there to be a head coach, to be able to build a team in my image, the way I want to be the boss, to leave my mark on the NFL, not just as a coordinator or a coach, to be the guy who built his own team, get out from under the shadows of a Pete Carroll or Jason Garrett or Jerry Jones. So you're going to have to look at this, Jerry. You're going to have to figure out some way to keep that guy, because I dare say that guy has been the difference maker, and I'll say that guy has been the MVP for the defense. Looking back at training camp, I just want to bring back this clip, because we don't often see a lot of Kris Richards other than on the sidelines. You can see him a raging bull when things go wrong. You can see him as a guy that knows when to hug a man and when he knows how to motivate a guy that needs it.
The next play, can we lock in and do things right?
Just overall, it seemed like, especially your first team, y'all had the upper hand today. Just what did you see from them? Were you encouraged by how well they played today?
Yeah, it's starting to get to the point at camp to where the installation is starting to get smaller. So when the installation starts to get smaller, the execution needs to increase. And that's kind of at the point to where we are. By no means, again, we all understand we're not a finished product. We absolutely need to get better in specific areas, and that's what we're locked in on. So we'll repeat some reps. We want to make sure that we lock in and just do things right consistently.
Kris, you're coming from a group that was very experienced and was very accomplished in Seattle. There are a lot of young guys in this group. Is that refreshing for you to kind of maybe work with a core that's kind of starting brand new and you can kind of mold them the way you want?
Well, the cool part about it is each and every single time, it doesn't matter how old or how young the group is, the new season is a brand new unit. We never ever expect anybody to come back the same. So now that we have young guys, it's just the bottom line. The bottom line is, again, how great can we be and how fast can we get there?
Seems like you were bringing some of that intensity today in the drills, and certainly you were fired up. Is that what you bring to them, is firing them up as well?
Yeah, we're all part of it. It's our team, and that's really the bottom line. I said, how could we ever be willing or ask them to go someplace that we're not willing to go ourselves?
The prayer at the end, can you talk about that? Did you organize that?
Oh, no, that's player organization, and that's the beauty of it. I think, it's a recognition of who we're out here to glorify. Again, we want to glorify God, and that's what we believe in. So we come out here, well, we work our tails off, and we do our best.
What did you see out of Cheeto?
I love Cheeto's progress. The little things that we need to fix, he goes out there and he fixes it. He's a conscious player. Obviously, he is a cerebral player for such a young guy, and that's really cool to see. Again, he fixes his issues. He's not a repeat offender, and he works his tail off.
From outside looking in, like the defense got better, the offense is media boy. Dak's not having a good day, but what you also see is Cheeto making plays on the ball, and Byron making plays on the ball, and preventing him from having a good day.
Yeah, exactly right. As I said, we want to make it as hard out here as possible. One, for our confidence. Two, for their confidence. Again, iron sharpens iron. So the better we are, the better they are. The better they are, the better we will become.
Iron sharpens iron.
Things First is sponsored.
That is the guy. That is the guy. And if you're a team that's watched somebody else coaching it and see it fail, you want that guy. You want that passion. You want that drive. I'm not sure how Jerry Jones has been able to keep Will McClay in the front office as the director of scouting for as many years as he has. I don't know if it's backed up the Brinks truck or said that, I just need the title. You really the guy in charge. But this Dallas Cowboys team, contrary to what the experts have always said, if we had listened to all the experts out there, this team wouldn't be anywhere near where it is. The experts who laughed at the Cowboys for taking Travis Frederick. You trade back for a center? The experts that said we should have drafted Paxton Lynch. Should have moved up. Should have got that guy. The experts that said that we gave up too much for an Amari Cooper. The experts that said you took Van Der Esch. Are you crazy? You need a wide receiver. The experts that said that we were going to do anything and everything to get Johnny Manziel. Yet, as much as people talk about how bad they have been, the steady thing for the Dallas Cowboys have been Will McClay and getting the talent on this team. This team was built not by any free agents. This team was built by the draft, by bringing in players that were practice squad players, finding guys that nobody even thought about. This team is actually being built now the right way. It's young, it's hungry, and you've got now some coaches that are making differences. We got problems. We're not there yet, but you know that a Kris Richards is an answer, a solution to the problems. And you got to do whatever it takes to hold on to a guy like that. And I don't know what it's going to take, because there's going to be a lot of people calling his name. I'm Mark Holmes, my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, and let's enjoy this week. We've got playoffs Saturday night. Not much time. The team will be back on the field tomorrow, getting ready for it. And if you're not happy now, well, you just must not be a Dallas Cowboy fan. I'll see you guys soon.